NightSky back again with another episode of the SkyCast, and today's guest is none other than NateToons.
Ooh, what up, what up?
Hey, what's up, Nate? Welcome.
Thank you, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Let's just jump in. That's what we always do when it comes to these kinds of things.
Ooh.
First question. Actually, before we get to that question, so just so everyone knows who's watching this, Nate is a part of N10. He's part of the original 10, pretty much. And I can't even talk. Also,
You're good.
this is what happens like when it's just raw footage. Sometimes I mess up my words, but it's the beauty in it, at least for podcasts.
Honestly, though, it's like video just on the backside. Whenever
yeah,
I'm
pretty much.
recording or doing anything, it's like probably like 5 or 6 takes of me just saying random stuff or like just completely stuttering or something super ugly. I'm like, yeah, I'm probably just gonna shoot that one.
Okay. But as I was saying, for those of you who don't know, Nate, Radical, Ninten Cisco, and Highly and Luke met up in Chicago. I think Radical said about a month ago now.
Yeah, about maybe a little more.
That's pretty crazy.
I don't know. It kind of flew by.
So that was the second official meeting of N10 members. The first one was in New York for the Smash Bros. Launch, and I was there. But this is kind of like a more casual thing. Like you guys just kind of hung out and ate food, pretty much.
Yeah, basically. I forget whose idea was it. I think we were trying to set up going to Boston or something, and then I think Rad just threw out, "Hey, or I can come to Chicago," and then he threw out like eye emoji, eye emoji, eye emoji, and then I'm like, "You trying to come over here, man?" And it just turned, and we just planned it, and yeah, it was really just weekend of hanging out, basically. Nothing planned, no convention, no nothing. We were just in Chicago eating food and hanging out.
Yeah, dude. I honestly was like a little envious. I dropped something. I was pretty envious like when I saw all of your vlogs. Like, oh man, that food looks really good. I could use some of that right now.
Yeah, man. I mean, I wish he was here longer because there's plenty of other places I wanted to go, and it's kind of tough to mix in the touristy stuff and then the stuff like that you really like, because there's always a big difference with stuff like that. So definitely we'll have to do that again, and there's plenty of places we still gotta go and check out. But yeah, we did spend a lot on food that weekend.
Yeah. And you guys had quite an adventure at the Airbnb too, from what I hear.
Oh no. Are we gonna go down that road again?
Actually, I don't think, because I had Luke, Radical, and Cisco on earlier. I don't think they even talked about it like on a podcast or whatever. It was just probably on a live stream that they mentioned it. But
okay.
Yeah. So do you want to go into detail first?
So I think the best person to go into detail about that would be Cisco, because when I went, I stayed only one night there. You were the ones who stayed like the 3 days or whatever, so they have plenty more. But what I would say there was a huge mix-up. Well, kinda. I think our Airbnb guy he rented out the second floor and the first floor to two separate people. Us on the first floor and some people on the second floor. But the thing that's wrong with that is separating it. There's just a staircase.
Oh yeah.
So it's in the same place. We're in the same house essentially, and like the only thing the guy said was like, "Oh, for whatever you do, just don't go upstairs." I'm like, "What?" I'm over here thinking we have like an empty house all by ourselves. So I was like, "What is he hiding?" But we just like, why doesn't he want to go upstairs? We're going. I'm like a little nervous to go, so Rad goes up first, and he pokes his head up there, and all I remember is Rad just saying, "Oh, hi," and he just turns around. I was like, "Wait, what are you like?" It was one of those things you kind of had to be there. He was like almost nervous. It was just like out of nowhere. "Oh, hi!" Turns around and walks out. He's like, "There's a guy up there. There's a guy. There's a guy." I was like, "What do you mean? There's a guy?" And the whole time we were thinking it was the like actual the Airbnb dude, like, oh, maybe
Yeah.
he stays up there or something. But no, later we found out because we brought a pizza. I'm trying to speed this whole thing up.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
We got a pizza. Our ramen that night didn't turn out, so we went for a pizza, but the pizza place gas,
Oh,
like the gas in the building was all jacked up, and so we had to bring it to the place. It was a whole thing. But so we got the pizza. We're making jokes or being loud because we're on vacation. We bought an Airbnb. We could, we're just hanging out. And then the dude comes down like halfway down the stairs with like a giant shirt. He's like, can you guys keep it down? We're trying to sleep. I was like, what? I look at Cisco. No, I looked at Luke, and Luke was like, what is going on? He didn't say nothing. He just, his mouth was open, like, what is going on? Cisco went straight angry mode. Like,
Oh, he went Cisco mode?
He went Cisco mode directly. There was no in between. He was just like, yo, who are you? I was like, yo, chill. It doesn't have to be like this. Not this quick. Let it get somewhere first. But it's like, yeah, we got the Airbnb, and so yeah, we found out that rented it out to everybody. Didn't tell no one that we're gonna be in the same thing and all that. So that was probably the weirdest Airbnb
I bet, honestly.
I've ever been to. I've never had that happen.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying that
you
the
gotta
guy
get
didn't tell
Cisco
you or anything like that.
Yeah, all he said was, "Don't go upstairs." I was like, okay, yeah, that's gonna work because we're grown men. We're like, what? There's not even put something, a curtain or a door or something.
Yeah, or like a sign that
It's
says
so
there are
weird.
people upstairs. Do not go upstairs.
Yeah, or maybe in your listing for the Airbnb, be like, "Hey, you're sharing this with somebody else." Like,
Yeah.
that's against the rules, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even want to ask, man. That's definitely pretty crazy.
Cisco's definitely got more details because he was in contact with the guy and the dude upstairs the whole time, and he was just on fire.
Yeah, I heard.
He was
for,
Cisco mode for a few days.
I heard. Yeah, he was just like he's pretty angry about the entire thing.
Yeah, we ended up live streaming. So like, the kitchen was like in the back, and then there was a bathroom, 2 doors. So like, you go into the bathroom, and then there's another door that leads to a bedroom that's just like all the way in the back. So we had to go in there and do our live stream, which was, I mean, it turned out okay, but I just don't feel like we should have had to, hide away 2 rooms all the way in the back after buying the Airbnb just so we can live stream,
Yeah.
be ourselves or be too loud or stream a game and do whatever we wanted to do.
I feel like that if we ever do like a really big like get together with a whole bunch of members of N10, we gotta make sure that no one else is in the house in the house at all times.
Definitely not. I don't know how that happened, or I just don't know. I don't know how we can even see that. Like, we found out literally day of, the person didn't say nothing on the application or like the posting or whatever. So like, there's literally nothing you can do. Like, Luke is already here. Rad's already got his plane. So it's not like we can just buy another Airbnb or something.
Yeah, I think it
right
costs
there.
money.
We kind of right, and you have to do it in advance too. So it's like we're kind of screwed at that point.
Oh man.
But definitely, if we got like 10 dudes, we're like, there cannot be another person in that house if we got the whole squad there.
Yeah, the whole squad was it. That's not just 10 dudes. That's hold on. Let's do
Or
that.
if you're thinking about with plus and everything, so 14 now?
Pretty much.
Are we at 14?
I'm pretty sure Emily would not want to be there though.
Yeah, definitely. I don't blame her.
13 dudes in one house. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
We were like, hey, do you want to come with us? We're all going to get an Airbnb together. And she's like, no thanks. I'm good. I'm like, oh, okay. That's understandable.
And Dag's in Mexico too, so
That's true.
So there's 2 people. She's in Canada, he's in Mexico.
I
think everybody.
Too, so they never know.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
Dang, look at you.
3?
All right. Yeah, I think so.
Shout out to Linkachu.
Yeah, man. Although DAG is coming next year to PAX East, from what I hear.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna try to make that too.
Dude, yeah, there you go. That's our meetup right there. PAX East 2020. That's gonna be a good one. But yeah, it's something that I find myself smiling at. Just the thought of, like, just like all these get-togethers, because it's almost been a year since we started N10, which is it's really like crazy to think about.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. It's especially for me. I don't know if you remember, like I was kind of hesitant to join in the first place. Yeah, like I just kind of found out about it. Was it Cisco who told me? Cisco or Rad?
Because Radical like added us on to like that big group DM.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is just all the people who made the video." And then I forget, it was probably him and Luke talking, and he's like, "We should make a group." And then I just popped in, and I was like, "Yeah, guys, we're making a group. We're calling it N10." I was like, "Huh? Okay, sure."
Yeah, I mean, especially like I didn't want anything to do with like Logan Paul and the Team 10 or whatever. I was like, oh, what is this? N10. But and then on top of that, like, know how it was gonna work, because it kind of just came out of nowhere, like you said. Like we just got added to this group, and we're like, oh, this is the group. And then, well, at least on my end, that's what it seemed almost. I wasn't in any of the other like conversations about it.
Yeah.
So like when it came out, I was like, oh man, like I barely do stuff. Like, like I'm doing a few things on the channel here and there. I don't want to make stuff for another channel. I'm like, I thought it was going to be something where we had to make stuff, put it on that channel, or like weekly phone call. I don't know what it was. I was just thinking, I'm like, I don't got no time for this. So that's what my like early hesitation with it was. But I'm pretty glad I joined. It's a good group of guys, and what I appreciate the most is just the support everybody does for everybody. It's not just like this guy or whatever. It generally, everybody kind of supports each other and checks out or comments, or even just pops in and says hi to somebody or something.
Streams and all that. Yeah, it's something. Okay. Like, yeah, it was, like, with really small content creators, it's very hard just to kind of, build like that, like with a 3 or 4 person community that like always pops in. But like, thanks to N10, like all of us have gone up significantly in subscribers. Just like, and with like all these new people coming in, and there's like, and all the like the inside jokes that we have, the meetups, the weird stuff Cisco sends in our DM sometimes.
The Snapchat group.
Yeah, the Snapchat group chat. Yeah. So yeah, you can't find that anywhere else besides like groups, and it's really cool to be part of one.
So,
yeah. But on a similar note, so you guys are probably wondering now, Nate's pretty cool and all, but what does he do? And I'm like, well, I think we should just let him tell you guys yourself. What do you think?
Sure, that works. What do I do? That's such a kind of a loaded question. I'm trying to think. Where do I? So what do I do on YouTube?
I guess start YouTube. Other things like hobbies, things like that.
Okay. Well, so I got my degree in illustration. I guess I'll start there, because I just like to draw. Didn't know what else I really wanted to do, and I remember in high school, like like recruiters from colleges or from anywhere just going in and try to get you to like go to their school or check them out or whatever. And I remember I'm just like, I don't know that or whatever. And this lady was just sitting at a table eating a donut, and the TV was on, and it was showing Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. And of course, as a gamer, I'm just walking. I'm like, "What is that?" it just stuck out so much because those kind of environments, it's just people with folders and papers. Like nobody's there with a whole TV and Mortal Kombat and DC just like fighting on the screen. I was like, okay, let me go check that out. And yeah, apparently like a student there was working on it or helped Facet. I don't know
Oh,
what
that's pretty cool.
his position was. Yeah. So I was like, okay, that guy went there. I'm going there. Let me go check it out. Um, Fast forward 4 years later, get my degree in illustration. I work designer slash, well, it's like a production artist position slash graphic designer, making logos or ads for casinos and stuff. So I
That's
do
pretty
that
cool.
as my day job. And I decided to do a YouTube channel after I was with another group of dudes called Geekjar 3000. They used to make videos of sketches and let's plays, podcasts. They used to do all of that stuff forever. And I was with them for like 2 years, 1 year, 2 years. Like on their as their group. I want to say like maybe 1 year officially as a member, and then the whole time. And they kind of got me into YouTube. Before that, I didn't watch any YouTubers. I didn't like follow anybody. I didn't even have an account. Like I didn't YouTube. So thanks, shout out to you guys for getting me into YouTube. I suppose
There you go. You gotta
it's
start somewhere.
blessing and blessing and a curse. Now I'm wasting my time watching YouTube videos.
Oh yeah.
I'm
No,
just kidding.
I would agree with that, dude. Like ever since like I started like putting more and more focus on YouTube, I've been just watching constantly. Like every single day I'm always on YouTube. I'm just like, all right, let's see what kind of videos are out now, like reactions, you know.
There's just everything.
Yeah, just anything.
There's everything, and I mean, I'm sure everyone listening to this knows how the internet works and how YouTube works, but it's just crazy how fast, like, attainment. But
Mhm.
let's say, oh, I want to learn how to draw. Just search up on YouTube how to draw, and there's like I don't know how many tutorials, thousands. You can just learn anything you want.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Um, it's so nuts. So I was like, you know what? Let me try this out, whatever. And yeah, fast forwarding again after doing stuff with them, whatever. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should make a channel. Um, I started with just live streaming stuff. I love Nintendo
Woo.
and other games, but yeah, a little woo for Nintendo. Um, and yeah, I'm trying to morph it into um, a mini cartoon network or like a little, I don't know what to describe it, group or something
Oh, yeah, yeah,
eventually.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to play around and stuff. I'm sure if anyone from my live streams is checking this out, you've heard me talk about, oh yeah, this is coming out, this whatever. And it is still. I just underestimated a lot of the process. I'm someone who, I don't want to say like I just want to do it myself, but if I can do it or if I can learn it, I feel like I should just do it, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then the more I get into animation, though, the more excuse me, drinking coffee and stuff. The more I get into or animation and like looking up how to do this and this or whatever, the more I'm realizing, oh, okay, wait a minute. There's a reason why Pixar and Disney and everybody have groups and teams of people working on these
Because
things.
it takes a lot of work just to get like a
There,
scene out or anything like that.
yeah, it's a lot. And sometimes that doesn't work so well for YouTube because you have to be uploading kind of consistently and just be on a schedule sometimes. But can also be great for YouTube because people always love it. So I'm trying to find the happy medium of traditional animation, maybe a little bit of rigging. I don't know if you're familiar with any animation techniques
No,
or
no, not at all.
I'm trying to think of a cartoon or something. Uh, so like when you watch like let's say a kids cartoon or like a 3D ish,
Yeah.
like a flash animation where the animation's not so fluid, but it's getting the job done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking
It
about.
That's more like on the rigging side where they just draw it once, they separate the sections, and they just like move it like a puppet, basically.
Yeah. Huh.
I like that for YouTube because it's a little faster. End result isn't as pretty as Cuphead, for example. That's just straight up drawn all the
Yeah, that's like when I heard
uh
about that, I was like, wow, that's really cool, especially for a game. I mean, granted,
yeah,
it took forever for that game to come out, like years at
yeah.
least, because it was so much work.
Yeah, but look at it now. Like, yeah, it took the time, but the results are ridiculous. Everybody loves it. It's got awards. Their team doubled. Like, helped that studio out.
Mm.
Had they a rigging style or something, maybe it wouldn't have been as cool.
Yeah, definitely the vibe that you get from it. It's unique, and
Yeah, I recently started playing it actually.
mm.
I had it. Well, I've been wanting it forever, and for some reason, I just didn't buy it on Xbox. And as soon as it lands on Switch, I was like, "Oh, I'm getting Cuphead today." So, yeah, I don't know. The Switch is fantastic. On a side note, shout out to the Switch.
Yeah, shout out to Nintendo Switch, all that good stuff.
I'm just buying everything on there. But anyway, let me fast forward this so we can get to the next thing. Sorry, I feel like I'm
No, 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 you're all good. You're all
talking
good.
forever. Cuphead's awesome. I draw. Now I'm doing YouTube. When I'm not doing YouTube, I do other stuff.
That's a simple way of putting it.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
that's fine. That's good.
like and subscribe. Shout out to N10. Shout out Linkachu.
Yep. Shout out everyone. Like especially Linkachu.
No, just Linkachu. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you're like forget N10. I'm shutting out Linkachu here.
This gotta be the meme for this podcast.
Oh, perfect. There's always a meme every episode, honestly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For a time, it was subscribe to the Lits.
Okay.
Like the first I don't know 6 episodes. Like that's all that people would say. Like, oh yeah, make sure you subscribe to the Lits. But in this case, you're saying subscribe to Linkachu, so that's the new meme.
Yeah, subscribe to Linkachu. I don't know who that Litz guy is. Just kidding. He's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, here we go. What do you hope for the future of N10? Let me ask you that.
Ooh. The So what would be super cool would so like how I was talking about like I don't like what was it, Team 10 or all that,
Yeah,
whatever.
like all that kind of Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we don't need to live in a house together.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But
not.
yeah, if we could do something where like, you know what, throw that out. I'm not talking about Team 10. I was gonna say like if we can be as big as them, but there's plenty of other groups that are that big.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Especially
I don't
like
know if
YouTubers.
right. I mean, we don't. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't have like gigantic hopes or something, but it would be cool if we could get to a spot where we can do panels, or
Yes.
maybe like Nintendo can invite us out and we do. You know how they do? I forget what it's called. It's not a Nintendo Minute, but let's say a new game.
Mm-hmm.
Luigi's Mansion 3 is coming out, right?
And they invite a bunch of some content creators to come.
Right. So like if we get to a spot like that where Nintendo would recognize us or invite us out to E3 or to the or something for an opening, or I don't know, something like that, that would be super cool.
Oh yeah.
And panels or something.
Especially
I just think that would be dope.
That panel idea, like imagine just all right now 13 of us. I don't know how many of us there are gonna be in the future, but like just like all of us there, I can just kind of like answering questions, just having a fun time. I mean, that's
right.
For me personally, that's probably one of my goals as like a small content creator. I would love to just one day be invited to be on a panel and just have just a bunch of people just ask me questions and
Definitely.
just make memes and all the like funny stuff and have them like like talk about like my videos and stuff like that. So yeah, that's definitely something I hope to do one day.
Yeah, I remember going to C2E2 once, and I think this was before I was like on the whole, like I was familiar with YouTube, but I didn't know anybody, or like I had to have somebody say, "Hey, this is Markiplier or something." I'm like, "Yeah, who is this guy? He's just screaming." Like I didn't I didn't know who anybody was. It was that bad. Like I didn't even know PewDiePie. I don't know nobody. So like at this point, I'm at C2E2 and Abdallah Smash,
Oh yeah,
the dude with the blue jacket and stuff.
yeah.
He had his own panel and stuff. So I was like, I think I went because I think the panel was like YouTube and something with Nintendo. I don't know. I was like, oh, cool. I know who this guy is. Let me go check it out. And yeah, he was just up there. People were asking him questions, how he started, and he was saying the story how he was basically playing Mario Kart DS in his bathroom or something like that. And I think he recorded it, and like I don't know. It was just super cool to hear that. And then I think about Intent sometimes and that moment where maybe later in the future somebody asks like, hey, I don't know, podcast start, or like I don't know, just simple stuff like that. I think
where
would be
did it
cool.
all begin, pretty much?
Right.
Yeah, those are definitely the cool kind of questions. Yeah. Well, I think that's all the time we have for this one. I mean,
Oh damn.
no, it's all good.
I'm sorry if I rambled.
Oh,
I
no,
feel
no,
like
no,
I
you're
rambled
fine.
so hard.
I like it when like the guest talks more than I do because it makes it seem like that I have nothing to talk about. But it's good because like you're putting like stuff that people want to hear and all that kind of stuff. So I greatly appreciate that. So once again,
Get your questions out?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, sorry. Okay,
you're
sorry.
fine.
I'm not gonna interrupt anymore. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good, Nate. But yeah, don't worry. Like these are the important questions. Like what you do, what are your hopes for yourself and for the group itself? What do you want to see, like change and all that kind of thing? Like and you answer that pretty well. So no need for further questions. There you go.
Cool.
Yeah. So once again, everyone subscribe to NateToons. His channel will be linked in the description below. You should check out him. Oh, also a link to his merch as well. He makes some pretty nice stuff.
Hey,
So
thanks. I forgot about that.
You forgot about that.
I forgot about my own stuff. Okay.
Yeah, it's all right. Do you want to say anything before we leave?
Subscribe to Linkachu. Don't subscribe to the Lits.
Ooh, there you go.
Keep supporting. It's gonna flip on him now. He had 6 episodes. Now it's gonna be 6 episodes of unsubscribe. Nah, I'm kidding. I would never say that. Wink, wink. But yeah, thanks everybody. I'm sure whoever supports N10 is probably checking out this podcast. We greatly appreciate it. Content creators.
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought, but small
go.
content creators, I'm pretty sure all over would love it if they had the type of support that we get. And I don't know, it's kind of cool that we still get subs and likes and comments on everything. And just me personally, I'm still getting people coming out and checking out stuff, even though I'm just doing streams here and there. So like, just a thank you to everyone who checks us all out.
Yeah, definitely. All right, I will catch you guys in. Let me just say this. I'll catch you guys in the finale of season 1 of the SkyCast. So.
Ooh.
So yeah, little brief hint. I'll just say this. The NateSky Direct will give more information on this, but these past couple months, the SkyCast has been going through season 1. The final episode. I think you know who it is. I think you know who it is too, Nate. But let's not spoil it for anyone just yet.
Boo.
I'll give you a hint. It's the only it'll be a dead giveaway. I'll just say this: the person has been gone for a couple of months, and they just came back, like maybe a week ago or whatever. So,
Radical?
Yes, we're having Radical back on.
Oh, snap.
Yeah,
No, you're
so-
having Matt RDK on.
Oh yeah, Matt. Actually, forget Matt RDK, man. He's trying to be a radical copier, man.
Yeah, honestly, he's yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I
like
try
him,
not to
man.
pay attention to the trolls.
Yeah, definitely, dude. He's not it. So, yep. So join us next week for the finale of season 1. Nate, once again, thank you so much for being on here. You're awesome.
Joe,
all that
thank
cool
you.
Stuff. And yeah, make sure you guys subscribe if you're not subscribed to me and Nate. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.